in fact, let's just take a chance and have a look and see what's going on over there, because I can see there's a wastewater treatment work right next to me. Oh no, there's some banks again. Okay, so I've discovered here that you can see there's some wastewater treatment work activities over there with these ponds for water treatment. Okay, again, make sure that we keep it north. Okay, so familiarize yourself, get to know what's going on in the catchment. If you want to look at some of the rivers, you can also zoom in onto the rivers. Let's give you a better example, slightly low downstream. Here's the Sadkop, or there's one of the, see if we've got some street view around here. There we go, over that river over there. Let's put him on that bridge there. Okay, and then you've actually got the chance to go and see what the river looks like. Okay, so you can move around and look at what it looks like upstream and downstream. Okay, just going to scroll over a little bit and see. So it really is an amazing tool, and I want you to use this tool. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Exit ground level. Get to know the tool. See, oopsie, a little bit too clicky. Can zoom out. Okay. So once you've gotten to know what's going on, you need to answer the questions below. Then you've got to open, and you can also open this Komati X2 PES Excel database to get some additional data. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that is as well. So if I go back here to my data that I downloaded from the DWS website, I can download this Excel spreadsheet, this little Excel macro model. And once I've opened it, I get all these templates that I can start to collect data from. And you can see I've got a whole lot of sheets available to me. I've got lots of Google Earth overlays. You can actually open and or download these KML overlays directly from this Excel spreadsheet, but that's not too serious. And you can start looking at what's happening in different reaches in your whole catchment. You can start to change some of the values as well. So I'm going to show you where to get some data. So if you right click on one of these nodes, you can see there's a little unhide button. And if I unhide, these are all of the other sheets that have been hidden away. And I've got information on all sorts of things. The PCIS, I've got habitat diversity and sensitivity, I've got fish, I've got invertebrates, I've got riparian vegetation for wet in-stream, I've got marginal veg, I've got NFIPA information. There's lots of information here for all of my data. And if I open one of them, like the PCIS, for example, and I open it, then the PCIS spreadsheet comes up. Okay. Now what's important here is, where do I start looking? I don't know where to begin. So if you go back to your Google Earth, you would have noticed that you have downloaded and you've opened a file for each of these quaternaries. And if you scroll down here, you've actually got the feature names. If I take that off, you have got the river codes. And these river codes are important. So I know for my whole study area, I can write down the river code numbers. For example, this is X23B01052. It's the whole blue river length here. And if I go here, I can find it X23B. So I can scroll down to X23B. You can type it in if you want to as well. You can go over here with the filter and look for X23B. X23. Oops, a bit too clicky. X23B 01052. So I want take all of it off. Select all, get rid of them, and I want X23B. So I can actually here choose to open all of my X23s in one go, because I know that these are all the ones that I will use for this assessment. And you can see what it's done is it's given me the Noordkaart, Safecarp, the Queens, the Sadkop, and the Kaap rivers. And I can see here what is the percentage of land cover that remains, how much land cover do you have in relation to your rivers, and you can click on and look for information, guys. Some of these folders have got, some of these columns have got information on them, but you can read here the in-stream habitat modification scores, and if you go and look at those scoring systems, you'll get an idea of what the numbers refer to. For example, confidence ratings, Here we've got none, small, moderate, large, ratings of 0 up to 5, and you can see what the ratings are and what does it mean. So I can see I've got some idea now just from the ratings about what they know is happening in the study area. If I also right click and go and find, for example, unhide, and go and get the fish list, okay, I can also go and select, remember I'm using the filter, and I'm going to take all of them off and just choose X23s. That's there, X23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then it also shows me what species I expect to find. So here's Anguilla marmorata, here's Anguilla mozambica, here is Amphilis uranoscopus and Barbus eutenia, and you can go and look. And what do these numbers mean? They are the expected frequency of occurrence, how confident you are that those species occur within each of these catchments. So you can also draw up a list of species. You can download this data, you can highlight it, you can copy and paste the data, and you can use this data to go and determine what species you expect to find and where they would occur in the study area. Okay, so that's what is available to you. Now, go back to our practical. What are you going to do with this information? Select groups for your assignment on the Moodle platform. So on the Moodle platform, if you have opened your course, and this is the practical for sustainable water resources, there is a practical assignment 1, group selection function here, where you're going to use this function, this tool, to go and choose the different groups. And if you select it, you will see that a lot of the groups, the groups have been formed already. Well done. So please use that function to go and choose your groups. Okay. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to open and use this information, which is what I've been going through on Moodle. And then importantly, you can see here is the submission portal for the alternative submission portal. So per group, 1 member per group has to submit their assignment through this portal, and you would need then to upload it. 1 member per group, please. 1 member per group. And it's very important that you use the correct template so that I know who is submitting what work, please. So part of the requirement, if you look over here, it is that your instructions, where is it that you need to submit your assignment using the Turnitin sources contributed to multiple stressors. Point number 2 here. Using the report template provided, complete the desktop evaluation of the study using the report template provided. What is the template that I'm referring to? The template that I'm referring to is this template. If you go back to general information, you will see that you have a report template and you have a report declaration checklist. If you open the report template, and I've just downloaded it here to show you, you will see that you come up with this template, which shows you have a practical number, you have your title, you have the group name and all of the student names with their student numbers, who you prepared the work for, and when you prepared the report. This is the right format, the right headings. Please don't change all of the heading components. Okay, please just use the template as it is, and you just need to fill in the different sections. Now, you have a terms of reference, introduction, materials and methods, results, discussion, and acknowledgement section that you've been shown how to use. If you struggle to know what to do with the different sections, please go online and look for good instructions. I've also got an instruction video that I can upload if it's necessary, but you guys should by now be able to use this template. Okay, you complete that assignment using this template, you write it out on this template, and you make 1 submission through the Turnitin link before the deadline date. Please go look at the deadline dates. What are the questions that you need to answer? You need to answer, what are the main rivers and tributaries that you are working with in your sub-catchment? Well, if you've chosen the Carp River catchment, it's very easy, ladies and gentlemen. You can move straight to X23B. You can take off the river code names. You can put on the feature names, and you can go and list. You're working with the Noord Carp, the Sade Carp. You can even go, and then the Carp Rivers, you can even go and open the PCA's tool, which I've showed you how to use, and there you can also list. You can see here, we've already used one of these already, this one over here, to give you the names of the rivers that you're working with. You know what the rivers are. You know what the length of the rivers are. So please, all of this information that you need, the amount of land cover in the area is available to you using this PSAS tool. And you can also write some descriptive notes about the characteristics of the study area that you're interested in, straight off Google Earth. Okay, then this is the template. Let's close that. Don't save. Okay, back to your instructions. So what are the main rivers and tributaries? Okay, please list them and describe them. Okay, what are some of the physical and ecological attributes of the rivers that you are looking at in your sub-catchment? That again is available from the PSAS template, where you're going to go to the template and you're going to write up how long the river is, which one is the larger of the rivers, the longer of the rivers. You can use Google Earth to go and look at bridges on each of the rivers as well, and you can start to argue. For example, if I use this bridge here that goes over the Sub-catchment River over there, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell that it's not a very big river. Okay, so you can start to talk about the type of habitats in the river. There's a lot of reed, there's some rock, there's a lot. It's a sandy dominated river. Again, let's just make sure we're always facing north. Let me go up to the Noordkaap over here on the R40. We want to go and have a look at the river up here. See, it's going to look very different to the river downstream to the Queens. And I can go and get an idea that it's a very small stream, a lot of riparian vegetation. And you can see this river was taken when it was quite green in summer, and there was quite a lot of water in the river. You can see that the river is quite high, which is quite useful. Okay. Answer the questions, please. Next, what are some of the physical and ecological attributes? You can describe the fishes, you can describe some vegetation characteristics, you can describe some flow characteristics, you can look at you can talk about the river itself and the gradient of the rivers, for example, and there are lots of opportunities with Google Earth to do that. If you click on terrain, for example, and I click on one of the rivers, and I want to show the elevation profile of that river, let's just show if it'll work. Yes, I can even go and look at the elevation profile from the altitude at the top of the river, 1,600 meters, and then as it moves down towards the lower parts of the river at 500 meters. And you can compare that, for example, the Noordkaap to the Sub-catchment, show elevation profile, and you can see there's some differences. Okay, very interesting. Then, what are the main sources or human activities that occur within the sub-catchment? This is the main part of the exercise. So I